SummerSlam was last night and I'm gonna do a review. It's very late, it's very out of date, but I'm getting old, ladies and gentlemen. I can't stay up that long anymore. I live in Ireland, I can't stay up till 4 in the morning anymore, but we're here to do a review nice and early for yous in the morning, and we're gonna talk about SummerSlam. Okay, so this pay-per-view is a game of two halves. First part, not really that great. I have to be honest, the first part was incredibly boring. Halfway through, I just left and went to bed. I just couldn't be bothered with it. I just could not be bothered with it. Then I waited till the next morning. I watched the second half. 10 times better. In fact, the second half was so goddamn good, it actually pushed it over a 5. That's how good it is. So, if you're looking for a rating in this pay-per-view, we're not talking in the realm of a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. We're talking higher. That's how good the second part was. It's very rare that the second part would do that for a rating, but I'll get to the rating towards the end of the video. We're going to get into the first part of the actual show, which I didn't like, and then we're going to get into what I did like, because what I did like excited me a lot. There was matches in there that, with all due respect to AEW, they could learn from, okay? I know that there's some aspects of what WWE can learn from AEW, but this pay-per-view especially was actually saying to AEW, look, maybe, just maybe, you don't need to do everything quick. Like, this is the problem with wrestling. Everything's now, like quick. Especially Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton's match. Amazing match. I actually really loved it. Some people weren't too keen on it. I personally enjoyed it. I actually thought it was really, really good. And I'll get into those reasons in a minute. We're going to get into the first few matches of the first part and why I didn't like it. And then we'll get into it. So, I actually watched the pre-match. It was the United States Championship, because the United States Championship has become irrelevant at this point. Apollo Crews versus MVP. MVP lost. He was rocking the Punisher shirt. He kind of looked badass in that. But overall, didn't really... I mean, the match was okay. I thought it was decent for a pre-show. It's good for what it was. It isn't as good as their first match that they had, but it was still pretty decent for a pre-show. It was alright. Okay, so the first match of the card, which I hated, is Android 17 versus Asuka. I love Asuka. I quite like her. What I don't like is the fact that Bayley, Sasha, and Asuka were pretty much taking up majority of this card. And I want to say this. I'm just over Bayley and Sasha now. I'm over it to the point where I think Sasha obviously will get into her match, but Bayley especially needs to lose her championship. Majorly. I'm just so bored of her now. It's just unbelievable. I seen her like she had like a broom and just like, like it just, I don't like it. I think a girl like Liv Morgan would be better in that spot. I think that there's women in there like Mandy Rose, Liv Morgan. There's women in there like, you know, some people are saying Naomi, which, you know, understand Naomi. There's other women in there that I think are 10 times better than Sasha Banks and Bayley. Now, Asuka's in a different caliber. She can be annoying sometimes, like, especially before the matches, they're going, like a Looney Tunes. Like, it was funny at the start, now it's getting a bit boring. But her matches are decent. I actually quite like Asuka to a certain degree, provided that she's not shaking around like a schizophrenic. But overall, I thought this match was terrible. I didn't like it. I thought the wrestling was very subpar. It looked like Asuka was actually carrying Bayley the entire match, to be honest. And I'm quite disappointed in Bayley, because usually when it comes to matches, she's quite decent in. She just... I don't know, there just wasn't anything there for it, and Sasha obviously helped Bayley win, and Bayley won, and I wasn't happy about that, but, you know, and this isn't about them being heels, it's more to do with the fact that it's just boring. I'm sick of the Sasha Bayley thing. It looks like that's officially about to end. Hopefully Bayley loses, like, I don't know, but either way, I think Asuka like, you know, is a decent wrestler, but I want to see more girls in there, like Liv Morgan, Naomi, Mandy Rose, I think, is a great pick. Change her outfit than what the one she was wearing last night. Jesus Christ, please. Like, it was like a white diaper thing. Maybe they were doing that because it was a hardcore match. I wasn't a fan of Mandy Rose's new outfit, but it is what it is. But personally for me, I think Mandy Rose and Liv Morgan especially Liv Morgan, needs to be in this card. I honestly think Alexa Bliss is a good example of someone who I actually quite like. Like, get actual females in there that I actually like. I don't like Android 17 and Sasha Banks. I don't like them. I'm sorry, I know. But they're NXT original women, the 4 horsewomen. Like, the only decent 4 horsewomen in there was Charlotte and Becky Lynch. It's the only 2 decent ones. The other one, like, Sasha Banks, I don't know why everyone loves her. I don't think she's that great. Okay? And the only reason why they gave these 2 women the title is because they went in a hotel room and were screaming that they were getting beat all the time, and then they gave them 2 all the titles. Y'all don't remember that, but Sasha Banks was about to quit WWE. She was in a hotel room complaining and bitching, just like Bayley. Bayley was with her as well. And because they did that, they just gave them the titles. So if you bitch, like, if anyone else did that, they would have been just, get out. WWE does not need Sasha Banks. WWE does not need Bayley. They need women like Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Naomi. I want to see better women in this spot, not this kind of crap. Personally, for me. It was a long-ass run for that. I apologize if it went on a little bit too long for that. The Raw Tag Team Championships. I have never seen the Street Profits before, and I immediately hate them. What in the blue hell are they wearing? It's like a great, like, it's a horrible outfit. Like, it's almost like they're like they're like Beer Money, but they're not. Like, they're just Crime Time, but they're not as cool. You know what I mean? I don't like these Street Profit guys. I think that there's way more better tag teams out there than, Angel Gaza, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I don't know. This match bored me to tears. It's just your typical, like, the woman was quite nice. I quite liked her in that match, to be honest. But, I mean, I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, personally. For me, just didn't like it. Thought it was quite boring. Like, at least get someone decent, like, in a tag team. Like, you know what I mean? Or build a proper tag team division, not the Street Profits. Like, that's the worst name for a tag team. What's your name there? We're the Street Profits. Like, the Usos sounds good. The Hardys. Edge and Christian. The Dudleys. The Street Profits. Please change their name. If you could change the Viking Raiders or the Viking Raider Experience or whatever they did, then please, just change. Just change their name, the Street Profits, to something at least cooler, and change their outfits. My God, what was that? Oh yeah, anyone doesn't know, yeah, Bayley won, Android 17 won the last match, and the Street Profits won the other one, so I don't particularly care. Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville. Obviously, I knew how this was going to turn out. In case you don't know the news, I've reported on it. And it was demonetized. I demonetized it deliberately because a lot of people are saying there was no adverts on there, Jerry. Why was that? I don't want to profit off of that crap. I know a lot of, like, scumbag YouTubers will profit off of that. I just didn't monetize it because I didn't feel that was right to do so, especially reporting. So if there's anything, like, in that realm of reporting, I don't monetize it. I don't feel cool doing that. There was a few that did do that, which is questionable, but I mean, this is the platform where things are money grubby and they're removing people from Leafy on here, so anyway, it's a video for another day. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, it was alright, it was okay. It wasn't the best in the world, to be honest. I just want Mandy to get away from this. She needs to get away from that other idiot who still has the Money in the Bank briefcase. I forget his name now. What's his name? The Rotten Troll guy, I call him, whatever his name is. She's still stuck with him. Just get her away from him and let her have an actual singles run. Like, let her actually have a legit singles run. Or even, I know, this might, just call my bluff, but can we please just have a mid-card women's title? So then we can just, like, not watch Sasha Banks and Bayley pretend that they're amazing and actually have some decent women wrestle. Just saying. Just saying. But this was all decent. It was a lot better than the Bayley match, to be honest, but it was pretty decent. Obviously, Sonya Deville has taken time out because of that absolute mongoloid who has now been since denied bail. I hope they lock him up and throw away the key, the absolute scumbag. So wishing Sonya Deville all the best. And she's a very brave person for actually, like, very lucky getting out of there, but she was this is something that wasn't talked about in any videos. She's incredibly smart, actually immediately seeing this and just going away. Very, very smart from Sonya Deville. Amazing, and I want to wish you all the best. I know she's probably not watching this, but I do legit want to wish her all the best. No one deserves to go through that absolute bullshit. Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. When I seen this match, because I haven't watched wrestling in a while, so when I heard about this, I was like, oh my god, it's going to be like the Ric Flair situation, or it's going to be like, you know, Dominic on a pole match or something like that there. Dominic, while he's green in the ring, I can see potential. I don't think he should act like a luchador though. I think that kendo stick should be a trademark of his. Just a little hint, WWE. I think that kendo stick should be a bit of his trademark. He's pretty good with the kendo stick, so I'd like to actually do something with Dominic. From what I hear, they're just doing it for the story, but because of how he did very, very well in this match, again, especially against Seth Rollins, who, you know, with all due respect, isn't the safest guy in the world. Sting. So, I'm only joking. But, like, Dominic, I thought, did a very good performance. It was actually decent. Was very good storytelling. Something that AEW needs to learn. That, you know, you don't need a bum rush and do everything all at once and flips and everything. Like, tell a story. That was something that Chris Jericho was good at. He doesn't do it anymore because he's all, I'm an indie guy now, like, kind of thing. But anyway, this match was quite decent. I quite enjoyed it. And I would like to see Dominic train more, get himself in there, and maybe he might replace Rey Mysterio at some point. I think they should just call him Dominic Mysterio as well, which I think is going to be cool. But he shouldn't do luchador. I think there was a few moves that he did were pretty decent in a luchador aspect, but because he's actually quite big, I don't think he should be doing that. I think just straightforward, maybe almost fight like Eddie Guerrero a little bit. I know Eddie was more luchador as well a little bit, but like almost kind of lie, cheat, steal a little bit. I'd like to see that a little bit more from Dominic. But keep that kendo stick. I quite like that idea with the kendo stick with him. So I think that should be his thing going forward. I'm not saying for him to be the next Sandman, but I don't know, like, you know, Triple H has a sledgehammer, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, give Dominic, I think that kendo stick is something that might be good and quite decent. A little bit of advice though, Dominic, don't wrestle with a hoodie on. Like, even AJ Styles takes it off. Don't wrestle with the actual hoodie on, because when you're wrestling, it just goes, I guess, here. So I'm that kind of annoyed you a little bit, I could tell, with the hoodie. But I thought for his first in-ring debut, it was pretty decent. Seth Rollins did this was actually something Seth Rollins did pretty decent, was good storytelling. Because the problem with Seth Rollins before is that he was treating it like the indies. He was just rushing in, curb stomp, and then that was it. But it's good to see actually Seth Rollins do decent. However, I am not a fan of this Messiah gimmick. I even think he knows it. Can we please get rid of him from the Messiah gimmick? It is really, really bad. I do not like this Messiah thing that they're doing. And I'm not religious either, just saying. I'm not a fan of it. Seth Rollins could do way better things than this. I don't know, like, just do something. Just don't do this Messiah thing. I'm not a fan of it. God, 15 minutes in, Jesus, right. Right, very quickly, Asuka versus Sasha Banks. The match absolutely sucked. Don't know why Bleacher Report gave us a B+. I'm giving this a D, but it's good to see Asuka win, to be honest. But overall, I'm getting really, really, really sick of Sasha Banks. I just don't think she's... I mean, when she was in NXT, I get it, but she hasn't really done anything decent after NXT. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow for all you Sasha Banks fanboys, but it's the truth. Like, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Really, really, really good match. Absolutely amazing match. Credit to Orton, credit to Drew McIntyre. This was a fantastic match. It wasn't any... It was two men, not boys, two men that were built like men, that actually looked like wrestlers, that actually wrestled like wrestlers, and actually, shockingly, told a story in the ring. Like, Orton's been notorious for this, but Drew did a very good job as well. There was actually blood in this as well. But I have to say, it was pretty good. Finish could have been a little bit polished, a little bit better. But I think that they didn't want Randy to hit the RKO, so it makes Randy Orton's RKO look weak. Especially after HBK. Because HBK no-sold it. Which shows why I'm not a fan of HBK. I know a lot of you are going to clutch your pearls and go, Jerry, that's ridiculous. I'm more of a Ric Flair kind of guy. I'm more of a Hogan kind of guy. Never liked Shawn Michaels. In fact, I'd even say Triple H is better than Shawn Michaels. In ring, Shawn Michaels was good, but not a fan of him. Not a fan. He just looks like some man lost in a bus stop. I'm going to trigger a lot of people with that. But overall, I felt that the Drew McIntyre Randy Orton match was amazing. Great storytelling in the ring. They took their time. They didn't rush it like what they do in the indies or anything like that. It wasn't slow by any stretch of the imagination. It was just very good paced. My only criticism was that they could have polished the finish off a little bit better. But overall, very good match. I was very, very, very entertained. Good job, Orton. Good job, Drew McIntyre. I'm actually saying something positive about WWE. Because that's what fans don't know what to do. Because whenever WWE do something decent, they go, that was terrible. Like I already seen on my newsfeed. Before the show even started, you had people saying, this show, terrible. Orton and stuff. And you see these types of people. That's why, So I want to talk about the ThunderDome. I think it's an amazing idea. I do. Because people like myself in Ireland can actually be there. Now, I was going to sign up for it, but I knew that I was going to get tired. I probably would have had to sleep in the morning in order to actually go in it. Otherwise, you're going to see me like this. Like that there. But I think the ThunderDome is actually a better and safer idea than AEW's 10% thing. I think that's the dumbest thing AEW's done. I love the fact that they were accusing WWE of not being safe when they're putting 10%, and 10%'s gonna make it look cheap as hell, by the way. You put 10% of people in there, at least one person's gonna have the Rona, alright? At least one of them's gonna have the Rona. So don't, all this talk of AEW's really safe and stuff like that, no. I think the ThunderDome, unpopular opinion, is actually a good idea, and I actually love it. I actually enjoy it, because if I'm bored watching a match, I can see the neckbeards and the types of people who don't eat, like, look, right, here's the thing, right, if I'm gonna watch a match, right, I'm gonna have my hair done up, I'm gonna wear a good damn, I look good, like, I know, ladies, I look amazing, but, you know, you wear this here, you sit back, and you watch it. You don't act like some idiot like this, with the camera close like this, and you're doing this. There's people that were doing this. Orton, it sucks, man. It sucks. Like, it was like that. And then you seen people wearing, like, wife beaters. They had, like, the sleeveless, like, guys, you're on TV. For the love of God, will you, Papa, please, just wear something decent. Wear something decent when you're on TV, okay? You're live on TV. You've got millions of people watching you. You don't want to be remembered as the guy with your chin hanging out, watching the screen. Actually wear something decent. There was a few of them that had, like, titles or whatever. And they had masks as well. I get it. Like, I'm gonna wear a Kane mask. I don't know. But for there was some children in there. It was actually good to see. I'm happy about that, because it's good to see children actually experiencing wrestling. And then we can finally see the next generation of wrestling fan. Hopefully they're way better than this generation of wrestling fan. So, future generations of wrestling, don't fail me. Don't fail me, children. Don't fail me. But it is actually, I think it's a good idea. Obviously, you're going to have some neckbeard that's going to complain about it and then just say AEW's better. But I think in a safe environment, it actually looks pretty good. Anyone saying that it doesn't look good, you're clearly unbiased. Biased. You're very biased. You don't really care about the safety of people. And also, it helps the children. It helps the children, C-Nation. Yeah, helps the children. Yeah, anyway, it's a long-ass goddamn video. Alright. Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. It was actually pretty good. It was pretty decent. Ending was a bit weird, but I kind of get it. I'm actually glad The Fiend won, to be honest. I'm really happy The Fiend won. The match itself was pretty decent as well. It wasn't as good as the Orton Drew McIntyre match, but for what it was actually pretty decent. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Big Papa, Roman Reigns comes in. And it was amazing to see him back. I'm glad Roman is back. I can't wait, because it's going to trigger so many of these people that hate Roman Reigns. It's so funny that these same people that were bashing Roman Reigns are the same people singing his praises. I actually like Roman. He's amazing. Give him the title. Let him have a 2-year... I'm like joking. But, like, he looks pretty good. He looks a little bit more jacked as well. Looks a little bit more jacked. And I think he'll do amazing. Very happy Roman Reigns is back. And I thought a very good ending to SummerSlam. How does this SummerSlam rank? First and foremost, it's not a 1, it's not a 2, not a 3, or it's not a 4, and it's not a 5. Now, it's not going to be a 10, it's not going to be a 9, and it's not going to be an 8. Either it's going to be a 7 or a 6. I'm going to give this... You know what, WWE? I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give you a 7. 7 out of 10. Above average. I'm being very lenient because the first part wasn't great. What they need to do, because there is potential in some of these cards. We're going to take a look at the card. Look, right. What I would have done is, first of all, have a better pre-match. I would have had Jeff Hardy in it. I don't know why Jeff Hardy wasn't in it. I think they should have put Jeff Hardy in it. They should have replaced Bayley and Asuka, or they should have just put that all in one match rather than spacing it out. And the Street Profits removed them. I would have put Hardy in there. If they would have put Hardy and AJ again, or if they would have put in, I don't know, anything but them Bayley Sasha matches, this probably would have got an 8. But again, I'm very lenient with the 7. This is very 6-ish, but because of the ending, because it was pretty decent, I would actually, if the second part wasn't good, this would have got a 4. But I'm going to be very lenient. I'm going to give it a 7. What do you guys think in the comments below? Please comment, because YouTube algorithm is completely banjaxed and no one's going to see this video if you don't comment. I don't know. If you want to, you want to. If you want to like the video, please subscribe. I don't say this, but Jesus Christ, I've been waiting a year to get 5,000 here, and it just has not happened. Been waiting 5,000 for ages. It would be really appreciative if you could subscribe, so I could do more of these. It's completely for free. You're not gonna be paying anything. There's no Patreon on this channel. There's no clickbait. There's no, I'm not gonna monetize like really bad news either. It's clean. This channel is essentially what you want if you want to watch that other guy from Boston. So see that other guy from Boston, if you're sick of him like everyone else is, watch this channel. It's better. And I deserve more subscribers than him. I know that's gonna shock some people because I haven't talked like that in a while, but it's true. This channel is underappreciated. Like, completely. Very much so. And it's not the viewers' fault. It's the YouTube, like, is just messing up everyone's YouTube channels. And not only that, like, I started this, like 5 years ago on this channel. Like, I've been on YouTube nearly 10 years in December. But I've been doing this 5 years. 5 years ago, it was incredibly hard to even do well on YouTube either. And then now I'm in the middle of this whole crap right now. So, I'm just saying, I think this channel, I've been selling myself short the past few years. I want this channel, my goal is to get 5,000 at some point, and then possibly reach the 10. But I want to actually be more focused on this channel and do more things with it, because I think people deserve an actual good content. Because I'm not just saying that because I'm advertising myself. There's only a handful of people that are decent. The Smarkbusters, amazing. You want to watch good commentary wrestling videos? Watch them, okay? They're amazing. I'm shouting them out. Link is in the description below. Smarkbusters, subscribe to them as well. Subscribe to me. I know you're sick of this walk culture and everything else that's been going on. And the fact is that, you know, I'm not going to put 100 ads on here for you guys, so then you're melted when you're trying to watch a review. You want good, decent content, it's right here. I'm the best currently right now. I'm up there with the Smarkbusters, I'd say. Me and Smarkbusters are kind of the same, and stuff like that. So, but anywho, oh god, it stopped bloody. Oh, it's working now. Thank hallelujah. See, that's the camera's going away. God damn it! Don't do it now. Don't do this now. Oh, please don't do it now. Anyway, so this is General Jerry on the General Jerry channel. Signing out. Oh god, this camera's on its last legs, boys and girls.